So our project was over the Orlando Magic. As you can see there, Amway Center is their home. I'm Kenzie Kearns.
Skylar Robinson.
Aabid.
And so as an overview, before we get started, kind of what we did is we didn't just pick one case study. We kind of, you'll see as we go too, it'll make more sense. We kind of picked multiple, 3 specifically, and we just thought that would have a greater impact, kind of to show how important it is for what we wanted to do in our policies. And so obviously our city is Orlando, Florida. The population hovers between 275,000 to 280,000. It's a pretty large city. And we did some research. In 2018, Orlando was listed as number 20 of murder capitals in America. So that's pretty high. That's fairly high. To be in the top 25, top 30, from what we saw, was like pretty bad. You don't want to be there, obviously. And then, this is where our case study kind of gets in. There's been a lot of mass shootings in the United States in the last 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it's been. One specifically that we really focused on was the Orlando nightclub in our research, where 49 people were killed. Obviously, that's right in our city, where our organization is, so that's huge, and it wasn't very long ago, I think like a year and a half, 2 years ago maybe. And then in 2017, this statistic really jumped out at me, 346 what would be classified as mass shootings. And I think what they classify as mass shootings is if there doesn't have to be any people killed. If there's any injuries or anything like that, just basically a gunman, it is classified as a mass shooting, but still that number is really high. I thought maybe 50 to 100, but 350 is a lot. And then most recently, we've all seen it in the news, was the Waffle House shooting, which was the 67th already this year in 4 months? I mean, about at the time of that, it was like 4 months, so we're on the same track. And then the sad truth is we live in an unsafe world now. There's school shootings, and then recently, this is another one we really focused on because it's so close, was Parkland, where 17 high school students, teachers, faculty, all that were killed. And that was just back in February. And then the movie theater shooting that was famous in Colorado a couple years ago. And then sport event shootings. This one was the third one we've kind of focused on in our research, which was in Paris. A lot of us probably don't remember that since it didn't directly happen in the United States, didn't get as much media attention. But one of the major stadiums in Paris and the surrounding area was a victim of a terrorist attack. There were 130 people killed in shootings and bomb blasts. And so kind of what our case study focused on was mass shootings, like how unsafe they are. We wanted to make sure our facility was as safe as it possibly could be, so that our customers and our staff and all the people that work for us do not have to fall victim to a mass shooting, since they're so prevalent, especially in our state and our area.
Their mission statement is that, first of all, the Orlando Magic franchise started since 1989. The Magic's mission is to be the world's champion on and off the court. On court, Orlando has won 5 division championships: 1995, 1996, 2008, 2009, and 2010. They have 7 50-plus win seasons and won the Eastern Conference title in 1995 and 2009. Off court, the Orlando Magic gives more than $2 million to the local community by way of sponsorship of events, donated tickets, autographed merchandise, scholarships, and grants. Orlando Magic Community Relations programs has a big impact on almost 75,000 kids each year, while the Magic staff-wide initiative provides more than 6,000 volunteer hours annually. Over the last 22 years, more than $17 million has been distributed to the local nonprofit community organizations via Orlando Magic Youth Fund, a McCormick Foundation Fund since 1994, which serves at-risk youth. The Orlando Magic cares for their fans' safety, so they provide a fun, safe environment while competing on court. They believe it is important to have a positive community reach, and they believe that they have the best accommodation for family and friendly faculties. When it comes to community, Orlando Magic is involved with their community by having the Orlando Magic Youth Foundation, which fights childhood obesity, and it helps who needs it the most. And they also have the youth basketball camps for the ages of 8 all the way to 17. Orlando Magic is owned by the Divas family. They purchased the franchise in 1991. Their family affair is Rich Devos, Dick and Bestie Devos, Dan and Pamela Devos, Cherries, Maria Devos. The Amway is also owned and created by the Devos family. Rich Devos is their senior chairman, that's the father of the family. Dan Devos, the chairman. Alex Martins, chief executive officer. Charles Freeman, the chief operating officer. And they own a lot of businesses.
Just an overview of the front office, the Orlando Magic, executives and staff members. We have Jeff Weltman as the president of basketball operations. John Hammond is the general manager. Pete D'Alessandro is the assistant general manager. And Matt Lloyd is the assistant general manager as well. Frank Vogel, head coach. Becky Bonner, director of player development and quality control. And Corliss Williamson, Chad Forcer, Jay Hernandez, Matt Hill are assistant coaches. And here's just the roster of the Orlando Magic. The Amway Center holds about 20,000 people, and it's worth about $546 million. Amway is a provider of beauty and health care items for better overall quality of life. It's the home of the Orlando Magic, and they host different events and concerts all year. So for SWAT, some of our strengths it's a state-of-the-art, massive facility, lots of resources. Weaknesses, it's so big, has multiple entrances and exits for us to cover security-wise, and more fans than employees, so that allows for a lack in fan control somewhat. So our opportunities are provide a family environment, provide a safe place, fun for everyone, outreach to community, show care about the fans in the NBA, show how we are an elite NBA franchise with accommodations for everyone, care bags, first aid, lost and found, and the kids zone. And threats are terroristic threats, bomb threats, active shooters. If any threats are made, security measures should be heightened and investigated. And we shouldn't sell things that make loud noises or could be mistaken for threatening noises. And here's just the structure of the facility. Pretty much breaks it down. We have season tickets, single game tickets, around the blue, and promenade. We have the terrace section, club games. That's pretty much it.
And so with, they also offer fast break passes, which gives you 44 games. It's either $12 a piece or $4.99 for the whole season. It just gives you discounts to Papa John's or 4 slam dunk pass games, which is a little game they have. And it's a pretty good deal. They also have multi-game, like flex pass things, where you go and pick your seat and pick what games you want to attend, and they'll work with you on pricing and stuff, so you can get one seat closer, one seat further away. And then they'll do birthday tickets, just like those. If you're wanting to have a birthday party event there or something, they'll print your kid's name on it. And we also work with GovX, which is really nice. GovX is a thing of their own, but we partner with them to provide premium seating to military and first responders. You just have to go sign up through GovX, and GovX does things with other companies too, and other things where you can get discounts. Choose where you want to sit, get the ticket. We also are implementing a new family area in the stadium this year where there will be no alcohol sold. There will be a sign with a prohibited alcohol area, and there will be no beer vendors in this section. It's not a big, it's just one little section for families that don't want to have drinking around them. We also have a clear bag policy. Basically, the only bags that'll be allowed are any bags like that, or smaller that are clear, no backpacks, no large bags, no wrapped gifts, no fireworks, no flashlights, no laser pointers, no noisemakers, no balloons, basically no electronics, no tablets, no laptops, no drones, no cameras. You can have cameras, but they have to have within a certain lens size, no selfie sticks, no outside food or drink, no drugs, no cans, no coolers. Only pets, only if they're service animals, are allowed in the facilities. No offensive signs, no large signs. For the most part, just signs that they sell or have at the stadium will be allowed. Of course, no skates, cycles, skateboards, or recreational equipment.
And with the clear bag policy, that's just kind of extending back to the mass shooting thing. Like obviously, a lot of the mass shootings, from what we did in our research, where the gunman had like a backpack or something where you had the weapons concealed in some way. And so with this, it's a lot easier. And to extend to this, there's also obviously there's certain clothing that's not going to be able to be worn, like trench coats, stuff like that. Obvious stuff where you could conceal a weapon.
And so with the stadium entrance clearance, each fan has to go through this. There'll be designated areas for each fan. So when we have all the fans coming in, they're all going to be mainly at the entrances or at the concession stand. And there's a time before the actual arena opens, before the game, where you're letting fans in. You want the most security either outside, inside of the area where they're coming through. They're also going to be going through metal detectors. There's also going to be people, of course, there's cameras around the stadium. Fly in the sky is going to be helpful with connected with your security so they know what's going on the ground. They also have, of course, the metal detectors, people with metal detectors also waiting at the door as the fans enter. Once you get into your area, there'll be ushers with walkie-talkies as well, directing you to your seat. We again ask no loud noisemakers, clear bag policy, and that's like what it'll look like. It kind of looks like an airport security thing now. It's pretty simple. You just get everything out of your pocket, put it in a little tray, zip your belt off real quick, walk through it, shut on the other end. It's pretty quick. A lot of people think it's bad, but it's not that bad. And then also everyone in the facility will be trained for all kinds of different crises. With family friendly, I also did the sleep stuff with that. So our number one priority is your family's safety and the safety of our staff. We want to be safe, clean environment. We want to be the model for the NBA. Like, we want the NBA to come to us and be like, hey, what are you guys doing that you run so well and effectively and you have a safe environment? We also have a kids zone, which will be, which are just real nice. There's supervised areas with playgrounds and like video games, and the parents can come over there and watch their kids too. And it's right next to all the like kids merchandise too. We also will have accessible like handicap change rooms for adults and children. But with the social aspect of this, you clearly want to have a safe environment. With the legal aspect, you don't want to be held liable for anything that could or can go wrong in your facility. So you just got to be safe. Economically, it's going to cost you too if there's something bad that goes on and you don't want to get sued. Ethically, clearly, it's your moral obligation to make sure your fans and staff are safe. Politically, it doesn't look great at all. Clearly, something bad happens. Educational, we want people to learn from us and be able to reproduce the safety we do too. Also, too, Imway, the Devo family, they're really, really wealthy and they will do a lot of charity work. And the Imway center is itself, but it's also a business and it sells like beauty stuff, and that whole family's just connected with a lot. We also will be offering a sensory processing disorder bag. This is good for fans that either have special needs or some type of sensory issue, And you're seeing these. I've only actually seen one at a stadium, but it comes with headphones or earbuds, sunglasses, stress ball, and a fidget spinner or like a team towel. It will also come with a schedule, because whoever's with the child who may have the special needs, or they're going to want to know if there's a firework about to go off, or like when they're entering, what's happening in the stadium, because that could be like one of the kids' triggers, and like right then and there you got to get the headset on them or something, or just like flashing lights. So we thought it'd be a huge help, and you just accommodate families that are nervous about bringing their kids to this stuff. So it's good for the kids to get out and do stuff too like this. We also adopted a fan code of conduct, which we got a little bit from the NBA. Players will respect and appreciate every fan. Guests will be treated in a consistent, professional, and courteous manner by arena and team professionals. Guests will enjoy the basketball experience free from disruption behavior, including foul or abusive language or obscene gestures. Guests will consume alcohol beverages in a responsible manner. We also have no alcohol will be sold with 10 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Guests will sit only in their ticket area where their seats are. At any time, they can be requested to move if they're not in the right area. Guests will not engage in fighting, throwing objects, or attempting to enter the court. Anyone seen doing this will be asked to leave. Guests will smoke in designated smoking areas. Guests will be dressed at all times. Guests will comply with area staff regarding area operations and emergency response protocol. And then, so this leans more towards, we want our fans, even if they're, you got a video. Clearly, you got to turn off enable editing. There we go. This isn't so much like real violence, but it's still stuff you got to be careful with. People trying to run on the court or talk. Oh yeah, and there's a little bit of
Man, you took over that. You took on the cry. When are you gonna stop crying? When are you gonna stop crying? You shut up. Well, I didn't know that. She's like, I hear it, man. What the hell like that? What's the mind back here, cuz? Shut up, stop crying. You lost Kyrie. You lost your own section going up for your life. You know what's best on you? Huh?
Go ahead, go back. You missed it.
What is it?
Go back.
There we go. So you guys can kind of see why the fan code of conduct is important. Like fans that act like this obviously aren't going to be welcome. We don't want them in our facility. Because, I mean, anything could happen. They don't just antagonize fans, they do it to others too. He's intense.
Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Kind of like I said, we don't want our fans acting like that. It's ridiculous. The players don't deserve it, and the other fans don't deserve it. And so that's our presentation.